Dear scholars, through this video, I am going to explain lesson number 1.4. Children are going to school. This is a beautiful poem in which nature is shown to be pleased or happy that children are going to school. So, what is it about? It is how nature expresses its joy while the children are going to school. That all description is given by the poetess in this poem. This is the poem translated from बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं. Basically, it is a Hindi poem which is titled as बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं, which is written by Nida Fazli. So here we have its English translation. So let us see how nature is glad to see children are going to school. Let's begin with the first stanza. Morning light spreads over the earth. Once again, the sky bows his head in respect, for children are going to school. It is what? Morning light spreads over the earth. What do you think? What morning light is spread over the earth? Or what is that source which gives light to the earth in the morning? It is nothing but the sun, right? So here the sunlight, that is morning light, spreads all over the earth. It means we can simply say that the sun rises and it is morning. Once again the sky bows his head in respect, for children are going to school. So here sky bows his head. It means whatever darkness of the night is seen in the sky, that is taken away by the sunrise. And here the poet is considering that the sky bowing head means just removing darkness in respect, for children are going to school. So here the poet simply want to say morning light is spread, that is sun rises, the sun rose up and sky bowed his head. It is all for children are going to school, or it is because children are going to school. Let us see the next four lines. The sun, after his morning, deep in the river, dressed up in his golden muslin turban, waits and smiles on one side of the road, for children are going to school. So again, how nature is glad to see the children are going to school. It is again given over here. The sun, after his morning, deep in the river, dressed up in his golden muslin turban. Here, muslin means a kind of soft cotton fabric, a cloth, cotton cloth, and turban means a headdress. In Marathi, what we call feta, patka. In Hindi, we call it pagdi, right? So, what the poet is saying here, the sun, after his morning deep in the river, dressed up in his golden muslin turban. So, you might have observed the moon, that rising moon, which looks golden in its color. As it is early morning, yellowish sunlight is observed in the surrounding, especially in the sky. From here we observe the sun is rising. To see that, poet is saying that the sun has worn, or the sun has dressed up in that golden muslin turban. Simply the sun, around the sun, it is yellowish color in the sky, golden color in the sky. So poet is saying over here, that is nothing but the turban or the headdress or the pagdi worn by that sun in the morning. The sun is doing the act of waiting and smiling. It is waiting, it is smiling on one side of the road. It is early morning in the east on one of the roads. It is just like waiting and smiling, and this is all for children are going to school. So simply the sun has dressed up in his golden muslin turban, and it is waiting and smiling. It is for just children are going to school. Let us see how nature again welcomes the children who are passing by it in the morning to school. Through the green topped branches, breezes sing their songs of blessings. It is what? Early morning. Whatever wind blows, it is considered as breeze. It's plural breezes. So that soft wind, the current or of soft wind or blowing soft wind is considered as breezes. So the breezes which are passing through the green topped branches of the trees, they are singing songs of blessings. So early morning, the that song is heard, and the poet is considering that song as the blessings of the trees. Further, fragrant flowers awaken the sleepy roads with their melodies. Here, fragrant means scented, having pleasant smell. Scented flowers awaken the sleepy roads with their melodies. Here, melodies means tunes or songs, or we can simply say sweet music. So, poet is saying here, early morning, many of the scented flowers, fragrant flowers blossom. And why they blossom? It is just to awaken the sleepy roads. The roads are sleepy. Why? Because early morning there were no people walking or traveling on the roads. So the poet considers them sleepy roads. And moreover, as it was night, no one was again seen on the road. So the night or that gloom has been taken away by the sun, and so whatever sleepy roads were there, they are becoming visible. And here, as the flowers on both sides of the roads blossom, spread their fragrance, the poet is saying they blossom to wake up those sleepy roads with their melodies, with their tunes, with their songs. Further, at the corner of the lane, the people in his lush deep foliage waves his hands, for children are going to school. Here, lane means street. What do we say? Gully. So, at the corner of the street, at the corner of the lane, or at the corner of gully, the people, here, people is the tree, the people tree, in his lush deep foliage. Here, lush means healthy, having many leaves on it. Deep, which is generally taken another meaning, but here deep means strong and dark, and foliage means greenery, leafy cover. So people tree, you might have observed, it has many leaves, and it becomes it has that leafy cover. Many of the leaves are seen. So simply we can say dark shadow of this people tree is found. So the what poet saying over here, the people tree, it is there in one of the corners of the street or lane, which is very foliage, which has great leafy cover, which is also waving his hands. Here, waving his hands is nothing but the simply the branches uh, and what do we say the part the roots which are hanging uh, sorry it's branches only. It is just waving its branches. The poet is considering them the hands of that people tree, and to whom it is waving, or to whom they are saying by that is just to children who are going to school. So here in this stanza, the breezes singing their songs, flowers awaken the sleepy roads, and people tree waving hands. All this is for children are going to school. Next lines: angels of light have set out, every road is a gleam. Here, a gleam means shining bright. So what the poet want to say here, that is angels of light. What angels of light? The sunlight, waves of sunlight, rays of sunlight have set out, and every road on the earth is a gleam, that is shining brightly. At this hour, that is in the morning, every particle of the earth throbs like a mother's heart. Here, throbs means beats or vibrates. Simply we will consider beats. So at this hour, that is early morning, every particle of the earth, everything on the earth, every smallest piece of everything on the earth, which is beating like mother's heart. And time, that is sitting on an old roof, flies pigeons in the sky. So time, just like sitting on an old roof and making the pigeons fly out of their coops, fly out of their nest, and all this is for just children are going to school. So here, angels of light make the roads bright, every particle of the earth beating like mother's heart, throbbing like mother's heart. Time is sitting on the old roof and pigeons fly out in the sky. This is all happening early morning, for children are going to school. So simply the children, whoever are going to school, they should feel fresh, they should feel happy, and they should enjoy their day, so that the early morning, the sun, the sky, the breeze, the flowers, the roads, the people tree, and time, all the particles on the earth, these all are the natural things which are very glad, which are very happy to make children happy, make children feel joyous, and just simply saying them bye and wishing them enjoy learning with their fresh mood. So this is all about the poem Children Are Going to School, that is बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं by Nida Fazli. I hope you all might have understood the explanation of this poem. Through the next video, I am going to explain the activities given in pointers or exercise based on this poem.